Everything in creation has a purpose. Every purpose has a time, and everything in creation was given time for the fulfillment of its purpose. Your existence in time has a purpose, and you have been given time for fulfillment of your purpose. So the most important thing that you should be pursuing is not money, not people or things, but to be in pursuit of your purpose so you can finish it before you leave us. Time is so precious. Time is a gift. The value of time relates to your purpose. Time was given to fulfill a purpose. So the time that it takes for a seed to grow into a tree and mature to produce fruit is precise to its purpose. What is time? Ask yourself that question. What is time? Well, we have some idea of what time is. We only have so much of it. Time is an equal commodity to man. You and I have exactly the same hours in a day, 24 hours. So time happens to all of us. And we can use time, we can spend time, we can invest time, we can manage time, we can abuse time or waste time. But we can never create more time, and we certainly cannot buy time. Time itself is currency. That's why the rich say time is money. Time flies, just like money, as money grows wings and flies away. Time is not to be empty, idle, or wasted. When time is not used for its intended purpose, it's wasted and lost. What is time? Let me give you a definition. Time is a temporary interruption of eternity. Time prepares us for eternity. And time guarantees that nothing on earth lasts forever. Time gives us a beginning and an end. So the pain that you once endured ended. The frustration that you feel will end. Well, there's a beginning and an end to everything. So I want to help you think eternally, because God placed eternity in our hearts. And God wants us to change the way we think. So we live in time, but guess what? God doesn't. God inhabits eternity. He lives forever outside of time, but he has to deal with people who are in time. So when we think something should happen, well, it may not be the proper time according to God, because remember, he doesn't live in time. So God placed us in time to protect us from eternity. Time is temporary. The time that you use today is gone. You can't get it back. So you have to say goodbye to the time that you had today. But you have time in the next minute, time in the next hour. I believe, though, that one of the greatest mistakes that man makes is believing that he has plenty of time, that he devalues his time until he runs out of time, and then realizes that his decision to waste time leaves him eternally regretful, because he didn't find the value in time. Most people use time without a real sense of urgency or purpose of time, and they never discover their purpose, and then when they reach the end of their lifetime, they find themselves either desiring death to escape or fighting to stay alive. Think about this. There are people, they will spend their life savings on doctors and surgery just to keep on living because their purpose is unfulfilled. While others, they just give up on living because they didn't do what they desired to do, and death becomes their best friend. Life is but a vapor. Time and eternity. So before there was time, there was God. God created time. So even though he doesn't live in time, of course, we do. So we live in time, and we measure life in time. That's why we celebrate birthdays, right? But God doesn't measure your life in time. How does God measure your life? He measures your life by what you did with the time that He gave you. He asks the question, what did you do with the time that was given to you? God measures your life by what you do, not how long you live. There will come a day of accountability when God will ask, what did you do with your time? What did you do with your life? How did you use it? And God has a purpose for you, and He's given you a time to fulfill it. Many people, they're selfish about their birthday, and they get depressed if no one goes out of their way to celebrate their birthday. And perhaps they should be depressed, because a birthday is a reminder of how many years that you've wasted doing things that you were never supposed to do. Some people, they are successful at living long, but they didn't fulfill their purpose. Consider Methuselah. This guy lived 969 years. We know nothing about his life other than he lived longer than anyone else ever recorded in history. The question is, at the end, what did you do with your life? If we ask Methuselah, what did you do with your life? Well, I managed to live 969 years. Imagine the candles on that guy's cake. He lived and then died. God sent me into your life to tell you that you are full of destiny. Destiny is your destination. You have a beginning and an end. And God planned a purpose for your birth and a purpose for your death. As there is a time to be born and a time to die. So there's a time for your birth and a time for your death. God set a very specific time for you to be born, and He has set a specific time for you to finish your purpose. You have a purpose, and you only have so much time to complete it.